Talking smooth, got truth on her tongue. A classic chick, but don't get it wrong. Tab on the mic, vibe so alive. Doing it big, no need to try. Oh, welcome to the savant. Yeah, say it loud. Real talk, real soul, no selling now. From pain to power, she tells it right. Where the heart meets truth, then the spirit ignites. Tap into the savant. Ooh, she do it classy. I said about 10. Oh, so sassy. For the ones they doubted, the dreams they buried, the ones who rise when the load gets heavy. This your space, your sound.
This is impossible.
You get inspired, it's the 7 view.
I cannot believe this. The common denominator in business is equality. It is the rate of return, scalability, sustainability, respectability, authentication, and the currency of truth. Those are some of the things that I truly stand on the mantra of. And then I add just a sprinkle of this right here. Never let your calling take you somewhere your character can't keep you. So when it comes down to doing collaborations with people, whether it is an ask or an offer, both have to be beneficial to all parties involved. I was just talking to somebody the other day and they said, Tam, you want to collaborate on a project? And they're a film producer and I create opportunities around funding deals through commercial advertisement and opportunities for sponsors and presenting and name rights. So with that being said, I said, okay, well, tell me what this looks like. So I have a project. It's called the Reclaim the Screen, and I really do need a supporting party that's a film production company. Now, what can that company do to meet me at the table with an offer that would be beneficial? They said, well, Tam, we do film production. We film, and we're photographers, and we're videographers, and yada, yada, yada. And I said, yeah, those are services that people buy into once they have their projects funded. And they said, well, since you're already getting funding, why don't you buy into us doing the project for you? I said, well, you just solicited me for services, not a collaboration. You didn't offer me anything other than to use your services and to take the monies that I just paid a whole team of people to create over the third quarter or over the second quarter. And you want me to take that budget and spend it on you. Now, I want you to make it make sense what you just called me and asked me to do. That's what I said. I'm a pretty straight shooter. Some people call me like 6 o'clock. I'm straight up and down. There is no and ifs and buts, no gray areas, no shade. It's just gonna be straight at you. So you just told me my investment that I staffed people and spent thousands of dollars paying for their time to create this situation and raise the capital. Now, whatever my investment was to raise that capital and to get those individuals to put the packets together, to be my sales team, to create relationships, whatever time that we just put into this project, your collaboration offer to me is to hire you as the film production company to be able to collaborate with me. Now, does anywhere in this equation that I just gave you, does it even make remote sense that I'm going to take my money that I invested and just walk over to you and just bless you with the opportunity to be funded or to make, a new account based on you coming to me in the first place with a collaboration that really isn't a collaboration, it's a work for hire? Listen, if in this case, I explained to the person, why would I hire your company when I could go hire a company that's well known and accredited and that's at the top of their mark, which would bring my project even more attention and get me even further ahead? Like, how does that work? Because you haven't brought anything to the table other than your services that you want to be paid for. So people, somewhere in this situation, it just has to make sense. Somebody that's in business doing one thing, maybe they're in television and you're in graphic design and you want to do a collaboration with a television network, you have to come to the table with how your skill set or how your company could add value, not subtract, but to add value to be able to get me to move the needle towards, hey, let's use this company. Let's go into a collab with them because we're all going to benefit. So could you have offered me the opportunity to do the graphic work, to also make sure you do all of the graphics for social media. Your team is going to handle such and such and such and such. So you're going to help expand this product. Oh, I understand. I totally see the value there for us to connect and collaborate. But when somebody comes to the table with these nuanced collaborations where you want somebody to pay you for something that they went out and did all of the work for, it's like you asking me to, I said, hey, let's go to the store. And you go and you get the sugar and the flour, and I'm going to ride over here and get everything else so we can bake this cake. And then we're going to meet back up at my house, and you got your ingredients, I got my ingredients. We put into this one bowl the mixture of a wonderful and amazing tasteful cake. We all did some work and we all put in something. So at the end of the road, we all succeed because we are all here to make this wonderful cake. This is what collaborations is based on. It is not based on what can I get out of it. So when you call somebody that's been in business as long as I have, I've been here for 30 years, honey. Ain't nothing gonna stop me. I've been through the bad times, through the times that you had to cry, kick, and scream to stay in. I didn't come from corporate America to business. I didn't come from a job to business. I left college and went straight into business. Well, I already had one when I was in high school. So all of this new stuff that people are doing where you give an ask without a desire to add value, you have no value. You have a business that you're trying to make business off of a business that I've already created. So I have no space for what you're talking about. And I think that before you pick up the phone and make that call or make that connection through LinkedIn and you say the word collab, on the other end of it, it's going to feel like Shark Tank, because there are some people that are actually in business that would say, you know what, I'm out. And I think that that's the straight point to it, is that when you do this, that's why I say to people, like, from a public relations standpoint, when people do that, I quickly associate them with a jack of all trades, a master of none. And purposely, they should definitely look into public relations so that they can accumulate an effective communication skill that would allow them to go a lot further in business. Business isn't about taking from other businesses. It's about saying, hey, listen, how can we work? B2B is how can we work together to both get what we deserve and what we desire. But if you were in it for what's in it for me, you're going to get ran over out here, because it's some people who actually understand the process and the etiquette of business. And I think that this is something that people really, truly need to learn. There's so many things that I can keep going on and talking about the etiquette of business, even with dropping DMs and people that you don't support. Why in the God's green earth would I support you or do business with you and you have never done anything to help me in any shape and form, whether it's a like, a share, a follow, or a comment? And these are things that are free. But yet it does use your time currency. And if you couldn't use your time currency, I learned this great lesson from this wonderful and amazing coach during the pandemic. He said, Tam, give more than you ask for and you simply get what you want. And I started to live by that. I give more to people than I ever will ask for. And I simply get what I want in the end. And at the end of the day, opportunists will never find their way to the top. Those are the people who rise, but they fall hard. So even if you're, the underdog and you never feel like people are watching, just keep giving, keep giving, keep giving. The door will open and people will love who you are because they see you and they respect you because you do so much to give to people. Now, even the people who don't like me still think about me. Even the people who aren't with me probably say every now and then, what would Tam do? And I'll be damned if I don't get those phone calls sometimes from people who are still, around. That say, Tam, I want to run something past you. You know why? That's because I'll give you more than you'll ever ask for. And if I don't have it, I'll find somebody else that does. And that is the way that we keep this thing going. But to be selfish and self-serving in business, you'll get ran over. I'm dead serious. It's like a road lizard. You crazy, just keep on crossing. It's crazy as a road lizard is what I call it. But needless to say, that is my input. I hope I didn't keep you guys for too long. But when you decide to do collaborations with people, think about the fact that they too are trying to figure out, how do I benefit from this? And what is it really worth to me to stop my clock and add you to it? I love what you're saying.
But at the end of the day, my bottom line's got to make sense. That rate of return has got to make sense to me, because if it don't make sense, it don't make dollars, do it? I'm just saying.